Hi guys, and welcome back to Southern Rebel Outdoors. I'm your host Jay. I'm actually creating this video on behalf of a fishing hack that I just come up with myself, and it would be smart to do it and use it. Not to mention, it will increase your hookup ratio quite a bit versus, missing a lot of fish. Because it's been a talk on YouTube and somewhat TikTok, maybe a little bit of Instagram, but not very much. Mostly, it's about the EWG hook for bass fishing. If a lot of y'all don't know what an EWG is, hopefully y'all do by now, for heaven's sakes. But that is your EWG. And the talk is, if you really look in the video, you can see that that hook is in line with the eye right here. You can see it plain as day. This is what I come up with, and this is what I'm going to show you guys. I've got a little diagram that I made to show the difference. And this will actually increase your hookups quite a bit. Most people have not thought of this idea, and I've thought of it, and I put a lot of thought into it to really think to make sure that I'm going to do something right that's not going to cost me in the long run. But this is 4-aught laser sharp hook, heavy wire, most common use Texas rig, things like that. A lot of people, like I said, I've been talking about this hook. This hook's been on talk of the internet here recently about where people are missing a lot of fish because of this. And if you look at it, hold that down here closer because it's hard to see trying to film on an iPhone. But you can see that there, if you look, there is a straight, here, let me show you how much of a straight line there is. Here's my pliers. These are usually what I keep for bass fishing. But if you look, at one another, it's in such a straight line that it's causing it to do that. So what I'm doing is a new thing that, like I said, I come up with. Fishing hack, tip, technique, whatever you want to call it. It's all kind of all in one. But basically what I'm doing is holding the hook like that in pliers, taking them, holding it out, taking that, and you can see, now you can see, when I lay these pliers up there, there's an angle with the hook. Trying to turn this to where the camera can see is kind of hard. But there's an angle to that now. And I made a diagram showing how to do this. And it makes it a lot easier. And this is what I believe. Just this one little thing can do so much for you. Because if you think about it, using an offset round bend or a flipping hook, how much more you're able to, when you set the hook, you increase your hookup ratio because of how that's got an angle to the eye, like I was showing you. Angle to the eye versus in line. I mean, if you look at it, hold them as straight as possible, you can see this one has an angle, this one does not. And this is what I come up with, and this is what I've learned. Because if you really truly think about it, you will increase your hookup ratio. You will catch more fish instead of missing them all the time. But this is my diagram, and this is what I come up with. I intentionally took one of my hooks and did it this way, so that way you can show. In line, more misses. Angled to the eye, better hook set. Basically, you're going to increase your odds of catching that fish more. Because if you think about it, and I'll just show you one of these out of my box. And if you guys want to see that, this is the box. Mostly terminal tackle. I don't use anything. I have a couple other ones that I have that's got a lot of hooks and stuff in it, but I mostly have four-aught EWGs. I got a lot of those. Got a lot of 3-aught. I've already done it to them. Both Laser Sharp brand. And this is also another brand of hooks that I'm willing to try out this year that I think it's actually going to work out a lot better that I might end up moving to. But the Mustad grip pin hook, and you can see how that's in line too. That's going to cause me to miss fish, because if you think about it, when it's in line like that, when you're setting it on the bait, you go to try to set the hook. Sometimes, if you think about it, that worm is going to pull more likely straight out of his mouth. Sometimes you will get hook sets, but not very often. But just doing my little modification is going to increase your odds quite a bit. Nobody else has come up with this idea. Other people are welcome to make videos on this, talking about it, making it a lot easier on other people. But this is what I'm mainly talking about when I'm talking about the angle of the hook and how it is. Okay, yes, it is a flipping hook. It's a Berkley Fusion 19 5-aught hook. And if you look, it's a J hook. J coming down. It's making a J. But if you look at it, you see the difference from point to eyelid, or to the eye of the hook. It's angled. So that way, because like say the end of your bait's here and your other part's up here, when that fish goes to bite it, he's not only pushing down on that bait, he's going to get hooked more likely a lot easier than if you was to use just a regular, what I call an inline hook. Again, talking about inlines, come right back to the EWG. There's probably other brands out there, or other styles of hook that's inline, but not very many. But that right there is your main thing that is going to cause you to miss a lot of fish, is it being straight in line with the eye. And like I said, I do what I do with my little modification is I just take a pair of pliers, get it just right, and I come right here to the bend, and I throw that off the straight line. And if I hold that just like that, if I hold it like that, you can see that there's an angle now. So that way when he pushes down, that hook point's already going to be showing. And that just increased your odds quite a bit. I come up with this idea as something to do completely different that nobody else is doing, because nobody has created yet a slight angled extra wide gap worm hook. So like I said, that's what I'm doing. I mean, see, like this shaky head, a young shaky head, it's in line, but if you look at it when it's sitting like this on the bottom, when it's sitting on the bottom like that, when that fish goes to eat it, he's gonna push down on that worm. So you're able to set the hook. Let's see. Do I have any better demonstrations of these style of hooks? Where's my VMCs and my other ones? I got a few different styles and brands of shaky heads that I use, that I've been using for a while. I've got a whole mess over here. I've got green pumpkin or watermelon seed, one or two, don't remember. Then I got a June bug color, as they're calling it. But like I'm talking about, it makes a world of a difference doing that. Most people have not thought of this. As far as I know, there ain't no kind of YouTube videos out here on this, because I've not ran across any, because I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTubers, and especially a lot of fisherman YouTubers. And here's some other ones that I'm talking about. See how that hook is not exactly in line with this little spring to hold the worm? And these are the only ones I use. I will use the spring ones every time. Got that little spring clip right there, twist lock, whatever you want to call it. That hook is angled a little bit, so that way when that fish goes to bite down on it, you set the hook, you're setting the hook, not getting away from it. That's like these ones right here. This is one of the June bug colors, and this is a complete round one, versus the one that I just showed you had a flat spot on the head for it to stand up on the bottom. Full round head, not full round head. I mean, I can't guarantee that they'll set up in the water, but I'm not worried about it, because I bounce it a little bit, not a lot. That's one of the things. Also, here is another twist lock brand or kind that I use. It's a VMC. It's got that little twist lock right there that makes it easier on your worm, to where it kind of moves around and stuff, and kind of moves out of the way a little bit. And that'll help increase your odds of catching a fish too. Having angled like that, people don't understand. Let's see if I don't have one of the hooks in here that I'm needing, but I would show you all my drop shot hooks. I've used different things to keep them all together, but see, look, there's a number 2. I think a number 2 or number 2 odd. I don't remember what I bought. Drop shot hook. These are Gamakatsu octopus hooks. I also bought some in red to mimic bleeding of the bait. And they all got an angle or something in there to increase my hookup ratio every single time. Yeah, I do not have any circle hooks in here to basically demonstrate another style, a hook that would work good, because a lot of catfishermen use it. It's called a circle hook. The point bends in a little bit. The hook point bends in a little bit, so that way when you're pulling the hook, or when the fish is taking off, or you go to, instead of you setting the hook, basically having that, it basically comes in, and basically when it goes to pull, that point goes right into the side of the fish's mouth and automatically sets the hook for you. I use a lot of them catfishing. Those are like my favorite hook, because I don't have to worry about treble hooks and doing damage to the fish or swallowing them. At least with a circle hook, if they do get swallowed, they're more than likely able to be pulled out without damage, hopefully. I have yet to catch a fish that has not bled from other style of hooks, like treble hooks, octopus hooks. Those are the kinds that I've used before in the past, and I've caught a lot of catfish and they've bled, and I'd have to hurry up, get them back in the water. But bass fishing's prime right now in my area. I'm hoping to do some camping maybe this weekend. If everything's all said and done, I will be out on my kayak, and if it's not too bad, I plan on filming to get a new YouTube video out. But that's my tip, trick, and hack of the day. Not a lot of people thought of this, or have ever thought of this and ever thought of doing this. But to me, in the long run, when I get all, 25 to 50 plus hooks done, all I gotta do is just tie on. Yes, it's taking a little bit of time out of my day, but you know what? I'm doing it before I go. That way, when I'm not fishing, I find things to do, get prepared for the next time I go, and other things like that. And a lot of people do the same. I mean, everybody does it. They try to prepare or whatever. But that's just what I'm doing different for the whole entire year. Oh, and this is another style of hook that I'm going to try out. It's a rugby head. Don't know if they have an actual technique name for it or anything like that, but it's a VMC. But I just been calling it the rugby rig. I mean, they don't really have a name for it or anything that I'm aware of, but that's just what I call it. They may have another name as like a weighted Texas rig or something like that, but that's not what I'm calling it. But I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Remember to always like, share, subscribe. Put the word out about this little hack. and you guys are welcome to comment any given time. Let me know if that one little technique has, or trick has, done you any better than what previously has been done. I appreciate everything, and you can follow my Instagram at bowhunter9384. I'm also on TikTok. I'm also on Facebook. And if you guys want any of that stuff, I will figure out how to link it below. And I appreciate everything. Thank you, and have a good day.